Hi there. In this video I'm going to offer you 5 quick tips from psychology on how you can revise more effectively. So if you have exams on the horizon and you're really not looking forward to the process of revising, then you should find this video very helpful. First, always narrow down the focus of your revision. Students sometimes make the mistake of thinking, well, the more reading I do, the better. But revision really isn't a reading contest. What matters most is not how much you read, but how helpful your reading is going to be to you in addressing the particular exams that you're going to undertake. A really good way of narrowing down the focus of your revision is to revisit the learning outcomes associated with the lectures that cover the topics that you're going to be assessed on, and also looking at the learning outcomes for the particular assessment types that you're going to be undertaking. The reason you should do this is because the whole point of learning outcomes is to specify the learning that you should have achieved having done that period of studying. So they're a really good way of helping you sort out what's important versus what's less important when it comes to focusing your revision. Second, don't mistake activity for progress. Very often students fall into the trap of using ineffective approaches to revision, such as repeatedly rereading their sources over and over again. But this really doesn't take advantage of the way that your memory works. Your memory is reconstructive in nature, not reproductive. Put simply, you remember what you think about. And rereading a source again and again really isn't a good catalyst for thinking. A much better catalyst for thinking is considering how you would explain the information contained within your source to a friend or a family member. Third, the first test of your knowledge should not come at the formal examination. Self-testing, or retrieval practice as it's referred to in psychology, is one of the most effective tools that you have in your revision toolkit, so make extensive use of it. Moreover, try and avoid thinking about testing as something that is just formally done to you at the end of your course, and more as an integral part of the process of learning. Fourth, don't cram. Yes, I know that old habits die hard, but decades of research in psychology have consistently shown us that if you have a period of time that you want to allocate to studying, it's much better to distribute that time over several study sessions, i.e. space out your studying, than cram all of your studying into one marathon session. In case you were wondering, yes, you can combine retrieval practice and spacing out your studying, i.e. testing yourself repeatedly over several study sessions to further enhance your revision practices. Fifth, don't make things easy on yourself. A mistake that students commonly make when revising is not taking into account the differences that will exist between conditions of learning and conditions of recall. So yes, you may well be able to remember information immediately after you've read it if you test yourself immediately with your sources open and with no time limit. But if those conditions are not representative of the conditions that will exist in your exam, then your impression of progress is probably going to be illusory and won't translate into the exam hall. What you want to try and do is incorporate the conditions of your exam into your revision process. And don't worry if your initial attempts at trying to recall information under exam conditions aren't especially successful. That's okay. Learning is difficult and inherently involves a degree of failure. Think of it as being a bit like working out. If you persist in your efforts, failure becomes a catalyst for growth rather than an endpoint in and of itself. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please do hit the like button. If you're interested in how psychology can help you study more effectively, then do subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification icon so you know when I post new content. Thanks very much.